Warning. The adults in this video contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive substance. This video is intended for mature audiences of legal smoking age. Information is for entertainment purposes only.
Silky beef. That's okay. I don't give.
That's okay. I forgot to unmute us in OBS.
Are
Sorry.
we unmuted now?
We are unmuted now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mixin Vixens. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon, and let's say hello to our other Vixens. We've got JJ, also known as Flavor Pro.
Who sucks at running a show.
That's okay. That's all right. And we've got the muted. He with us in voice, or with us in voice, but not video. Jennifer Winstead. Hello.
That's exactly right. You guys don't get to see my boobies today. No cleavage. No cleavage.
Man.
Oh man, I tried.
I'm the only one disappointed. And then we've got RinVapes. Hi, Rin.
Yo.
What is happening, everybody?
I had a great week. How did you have your week? How was your week this week, Emily?
My week was awesome. My little niece is in town visiting, and I don't get to see her very often. She's 6 years old, so we've been doing a lot of fun stuff and having a blast with her.
Awesome.
How was your?
I had major internet issues. I'm not sure if my voice sounds great. I know I can't share video because I'm doing this from my phone, and then that I shared with you guys have one bar on my phone. So, but I'm committed to the show, so I'm here anyways because my recipe rocks. Okay.
So you had to, make an appearance so that you can, show us. That's
exactly right. Because otherwise, you guys would have trashed it. I know I would have heard some shit if I wouldn't have shown up.
Well, so far so good. You're not roboting yet, but we'll see. The night is young. Oh, Rin, how was your week?
It was okay.
All right, and JJ, do you have a good week, JJ?
Gotta flip through the screens and find Zoom to unmute. Yes, I had a good week this week.
Awesome.
Did a bunch of knitting, dyed some wool yarn.
Oh, nice. You dye your own wool? That's cool.
Oh, this is the first time I've done it. So I got some Kool-Aid and some nice merino wool and did a nice painted on color. It's drying right now, so.
That's cool.
It came out really
nice.
nice.
Start a project, you go all in, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna 3D print my own mechanical electrical spinning wheel.
Oh, snap.
So,
I've always wanted to learn how to spin. I think that would be really cool. Hand spun yarn is so awesome.
I have a Turkish drop spindle, but it's slow. I want to go faster.
Yeah.
I need the yarn to knit with.
That's cool. I didn't know you knit. That's awesome.
I just don't have the patience to do all that knitting stuff.
So Oh,
It's
JJ, I have
calming.
a question for you. Are you more of like a process knitter where you actually like the process of doing it, or are you more of just a project knitter where you just want the finished product?
A little bit of both. I
Yeah.
enjoy the actual knitting. Like it's therapeutic. You just sit and knit, and
Yeah.
I mean, this pattern is going to be 3 long strips of this done together, and it's a shawl.
Nice.
And it's just acrylic yarn. It's not like it's expensive yarn. This is washable, so I figure,
Whatever.
you know,
Yeah.
me and spilling shit.
Yeah, I kind of like I still knit from time to time, but like I was like when I first started, I was crazy about it and knit like every day and was like obsessed with it. And I started this project with like the super fine merino wool. It was like a shawl, and it's so small. It took me
Mm.
so long to get like such this little chunk, and I kind of got bored with it. So I haven't knit in a long time.
That's because you went and got like DK or sock weight, the
Yeah.
skinny stuff. It's super
Yes.
soft, and this is gonna be a baby sweater, but you need like this super chunky stuff,
That's it. Yeah, that's the thing.
and
When I was doing hats and stuff, like
it's
for
so
my
much
wife,
faster.
and it was so fast and fun. It was instant gratification. And then I went to it's even lighter than sock weight, I think, or it might be sock weight, and just taking forever. And it's just like, I got bored with it.
um, I placed a Bull City flavor order this week, and it
Oh,
got to me super fast. Like it was 3 days early. I was like, yes, because I'm out of I'm out of
How
flavor art
fast is
strawberry.
fast? How fast is fast for you?
It was 4 days since I ordered it. And it came FedEx.
what did you get? Any fun new flavors?
Well, I needed to reorder like stuff I use constantly. My FA strawberry, my FA watermelon, my cantaloupe, my menthol. I ran out of strawberry and I was like, oh my God, I'm out of strawberry. So, but I got Osmanthus, the vape train one. Oh my God, grandma's perfume.
Yeah, it smells pretty gnarly.
Oh, I got a vape train one this week too that I didn't have that I wanted. I got that yellow passion thing that everybody keeps talking about.
I like yellow passion.
I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, I did sniff it, but I did get it, and I got it this week from Bull City as well.
I wish I had ordered that instead. I did get Capella's Pink Punch.
You know, I haven't gotten any new flavors recently. The last order I got and is before I went on vacation was the new jungle flavor stuff, like the strawberry kiwi and like the churro and the sweet cinnamon roll. They're still in my 2 test box. I haven't even single flavor tested them yet. So I gotta get on.
My 2 test box is huge. I don't know when I'll get to it, depending on the pictures that come up on profile, maybe.
Yeah. Cool.
Bull City had that sale for mullenberry flavors. I don't know if it's still going. I don't think it is.
Nice.
Or
You know, I only have about a handful of mulberry flavors, but most of the ones that I've tried, I've really liked. So,
you know, I find that their cactus is very, very much a good competitor for Inawera cactus. It's just milder though; it's not as concentrated, but the flavor itself is pretty good.
like, is it as wet as Inawera?
I think so.
Well, that might be a good thing because there's times where you want a little moistness, but cactus can be pretty potent, and you might not necessarily want that strong of a kind of herbal, earthy taste that Inawera.
I think it's a little more candied as well, versus Inawera's, but for the most part, I mean, it's a good contender if Inawera ever changes our recipe. It's something that we can revert to. I still prefer Inawera. I'm just saying that it's decent enough that I won't cry for years because of the Inawera cactus.
Yeah. Cool.
the cactus cupcake.
I haven't tried it, but I do have it.
I'm afraid of that one. It's like, why did you put those two together? A wet cupcake.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to go get it out of my little box over here while we're on, and I'm going to have to sniff it.
So did everyone enjoy making up the mix for this week?
I did. I actually like it, although it's a little bit harsh to me, but that may just be me being weird.
Yeah. Well, this isn't normally something that I would mix up for myself, but I did a few versions and they're all good. I like them all, and I'm like, I'm pleasantly surprised at how much I like the mix that I made. So I just don't do fruity very often. Sometimes if the weather's really hot, I'll go with like something really fruity. But most of the time, I'm bakery person. So, but I really enjoyed this mix. It was fun to. It was. I could be a little bit more creative. You know what I mean? Because like the picture, I don't know if you want to show it, JJ, but yeah, it's more ambiguous, right? It's just a glass with colors in it, and so it could be anything.
Yeah, I tried a couple different versions too, and then I decided to go with the wildest version.
Ooh, yeah.
But it was good. It's just really, really complex and different.
But yeah, like I noticed some of us put alcohol in it, some of us made it a smoothie, like kind of do what you want with it, which is neat. But how about you, Ren? Did you enjoy making this mix?
It was okay. I got to try some things I haven't tried yet, so that was good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I bet you'll tell us more about it when we talk about your mix.
No, I'll just throw the recipe up and.
Well, then talk to us now about what you got to try.
So I got Flavora's Brute Bubble Wine. I hadn't tried that one yet. And what was the other one I did?
You like that one?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty wine heavy.
Oh yeah.
I don't really get bubbles. I don't know if you're supposed to get bubbles, but I don't really get bubbles.
Yeah.
It mixed well for this though, because should I just get into it? Because I don't know.
I went ahead and put it up on the screen.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just get right into it. Let's just jump into it.
Because I don't know how to be obscure. And I also tried the back bar bitters. That was kind of a last minute add-in, and I don't know yet if I regret it, because that was just like I said, a last minute in. So I'll start off like with where I started off with. So I definitely wanted pink guava because I wanted to do a grapefruit mimosa because I figured it was interesting. I haven't really seen anybody else do it. Not saying that they haven't, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And plus the picture, it kind of looks like one of the glasses might be that. And somebody commented, like, I hope one of these is a mimosa. So I was like, okay,
Saw
there you go. So yeah, I just
please.
right. Yeah, you twisted my arm. So I did the pink guava at 0.5% from Flavora. This is all Flavora, not really by, not intended. It just kind of happened that way. And then I did the Brute Bubble Wine at 0.5%, citrus soda at 1%, and then I added 0.25% of the back bar bitters to make it more bitter and like citrus zesty. And I also added Polar Blast, but that is optional. And I think either the bitters or the Polar Blast I kind of could do without. I'm not really sure which.
Clashing together.
I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It's just I preferred it before. Because like something's making it overly bitter. And I don't know if it's the bitters or the Polar Blast. But I kind of just started adding things to it. But like my base was just the soda, pink guava, and the bubble wine. And that was fine by itself. I was just trying to make it a little bit more extra. So yeah, and sweetener is optional. You could add sweetener if you need it. I feel like a grapefruit mimosa is going to be bitter anyway. It's got alcohol and the grapefruit in it. So I don't know that it's really necessary, but obviously if you want it, you could add it in there.
Sounds really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen like a grapefruit mimosa. So that sounds really cool. And I love Flavora citrus soda. Like that's such a good flavor.
I don't think I've seen that a grapefruit mimosa mix either. I've had one in real life, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody mix that. That does look really interesting to me.
Is it
You know,
bitter in real life? Like, is it have a little bit more of a bitterness to it?
Well, it's grapefruit juice, yes.
Yeah.
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 The problem is that doesn't always translate great into a vape. Like, it's good in your mouth when you're swallowing it. It's not so good when you're inhaling it.
When you use pink guava, it does.
But it's more the bitters. With the bitterness there's a little bit of bitterness to pink guava, and when you're combining it with the back bar bitters, I mean, that's not as bitter as the bitters from Vape Train, but it was still kind of bitter, and it's a different kind of bitter compared to like Flavor Art's Bitter Wizard. It's got something to that's kind of a kick bite to it, and it kind of gets powdery to me.
I haven't used any of the bitter flavors because I'm like I have a sweet tooth. Like why would I want to make anything bitter? Like so, I haven't tried any of them.
Well, I have experimented with balancing the bitter with the sweet. Like sometimes you have something that's just overly sweet and it's cloying, so you throw a little bit of something bitter into it and it tames it down and balances it. You can do the same with sour, or you can do both bitter and sour at the same time.
Yeah, I've done bitters and sours at the same time for something when I'm trying to make it like tart and sour. Bitters and sour at the same time sometimes helps with that. You just have to be careful, otherwise you might mute things out because both of those can mute down whatever fruit you're working with.
Ah, I can see that. Yeah. Well, this looks awesome. Thanks for sharing, Rin. Looks good. Who would like to go next?
I think I'll get. You want to get me out of the way real quick?
Sure.
I have to actually be flipping around from one screen to the other to do this. Because I'm trying to do it on my phone since my internet went bonkers. Let's see. Let me get to mine. Let me know when you got it up. And
it's up.
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I did what I call a hippy dippy drink. And I make breakfast smoothies all the time. Well, this week I haven't made breakfast smoothies. I've made after dinner smoothies, but they still consist of about the same thing. Sometimes when I make my smoothies, I use vanilla almond milk, and I use carrots, and I do use spinach, but I'm not using spinach in this recipe because, like Jennifer said a little while ago, sometimes those things don't translate well into a vape form. So what I did was I made my carrot smoothie, and I used Flavora carrot, but I wanted to play with some of the mulberry flavors. So I tried their milkshake at 1%, and their nectar peach smelled really good to me. So I used that as well at 1.5%. I used FA apricot to darken it up. So basically what I did was I pretty much did what I do here at home. I used my carrots, I put my milk in, and then I pick whatever random fruit. So my imaginary fruits around my house were peaches and just some random overly ripe raspberries that I was about to throw away. And I used juicy orange as well. So, you know, in real life, the orange juice that I use is that Tropicana 50, where it's low calorie with the almond milk, the vanilla almond milk, and it kind of tastes like an orange, orange sickle kind of smoothie with carrots in it. So a dreamsicle kind of smoothie, because the trick to making those smoothies is actually to get your almond milk really, really cold so that it just all blends together, and you throw some ice in there. I use apricot, Bavarian cream, carrot from Flavora. And carrot from Flavora has a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon's another thing that sometimes I splash into my smoothies. The juicy orange from mulberry. Mandarin, I used that as a booster to the juicy orange from mulberry because I did not find that the juicy orange from mulberry had enough of a tart note. So I put 0.3% of FA Mandarin in there. Nectar peach from mulberry is a juicy, sweet peach. It's pretty good. I used 1.5% of that. I threw in just a tad of sweet raspberry because I found that it needed to be a little sweeter and a little brighter. It was kind of like too much orangey notes in there because even the carrot has like an orange note to it. So I just threw that raspberry sweet just to give it a different note somewhere in there. It's not like you can taste it. It just gives it a different type of sweetness. Yeah. And I used Capella. Yeah. I used Capella Yellow Peach because that's a softer peach and it kind of, that's more in the body of it. So that the juicy orange from mulberry and the yellow peach are like the centerpiece of it with the carrots in there. But it's more like a peach and orange dreamsicle kind of smoothie. I also say that you can add Polar Blast as an added effect and sweeten to taste. I use sweetener in mine at 0.25% and Polar Blast, but it was good without it and it was good with it. Without it, it was nice, warm, fruity, thick vape, and with it, it just kind of lightened it up, and it kind of like the same thing that happens if you throw some ice in a blender. It just waters it down a little bit.
Yeah. Cool. You know, I was wondering with that mulberry milkshake, I think I've used that maybe once before. It didn't make it too like heavy and malty for your smoothie?
It did. And I started off with that at 2% and I went down to 1%, obviously. But no, there's a lot of oranges and oranges are hard to tame. So with the orange and the peach, it needed something thicker. And then after I dropped it down, I still had to add 0.8% of the Bavarian cream just to give it the vanilla note and to change the type of milk note that it has in it. I don't know how to explain it, but I felt it needed a different cream on top of it.
Sure. Awesome. This looks good. Like, I love putting carrots in like smoothies and stuff just to give it like a little bit of kind of fresh
body.
Yes, and some body. Yeah.
And it definitely gave it body. It made it thicker. Like without the Polar Blast and stuff, it gives you a good mouthfeel with the carrots versus before I added the carrots in there.
Nice. Awesome. This is one thing that was pointed out was this is very verified.
It is. It is. And you're going to have to reach out to me because I can't see that. It is verified. And you know what? I think just because it's weird, I think I'm going to throw this one. If I don't come up with anything really, really good in the next couple of rounds, I think I'm going to make the judges mix this. Or I'm going to have to mix a bigger batch and send them samples. I don't know. I don't know who's got those mulberry flavors.
Yeah, that's true. Not, mulberry isn't as prevalent as a lot of flavors that the judges may not have those.
And Bull City doesn't have all. There was at least one of those that Bull City didn't have.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mix that. My crystal ball.
Your crystal ball says I'm gonna have to mix that one.
Or you're just gonna have to mix something better during the rest of the month.
Yeah, that's true.
How's that flavor of Bavarian cream? Did you talk about that at all?
Yeah, I really like it. I prefer their vanilla ice cream gelato because it's got more vanilla notes. But the Bavarian cream is very good for. It has enough of vanilla note. It doesn't grow as much as the ice cream does with steep time, and it's nice and thick. It's thicker. It's kind of like a pudding. It's very good. It's just not too vanilla heavy for me.
Awesome. I really like FA Bavarian cream. Like, for the most part, I'll use TFA Bavarian cream. If I want something really heavy and thick and like kind of almost caramely, where FA strawberry and cream is just a little bit lighter and like and you almost can get the flavor a little bit more because it's not as heavy.
Yeah, it's more milky, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
I find it actually to be a decent replacement for Chef's Flavors creme caramel. Like it's that without the dap.
Oh,
Like to me it's
That's
very
good.
caramelly, but it's got that milkiness to it, so it's like a cream caramel.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's like without the dap. It is caramelly, but it doesn't have the burnt note.
yeah.
No, it doesn't have the burnt note. I like that it doesn't have the burnt note. It's become my caramel now.
Well, it's not caramel enough for me to call it a caramel.
I throw butterscotch in there too.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Well, how many? Just out of curiosity, how many versions did you do this week, Jennifer?
Oh my God, like 7.
I was just wondering. I'm like a recipe like this could have just been tossed.
It started out pretty good. Then I ruined it, and then I had to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That normally happens, right? We think, oh, I can do better. Let me just add this, and then it like totally ruins it. And it's like,
I forgot. I put some weird ass flavor in it. It wasn't really weird, but when I put it in there, I thought I was gonna like it. When I put it in there, it was trash. I'm talking about I took the whole bottle and just I vaped a little bit and poured the rest of it out. And it was a berry. I think instead of the raspberry, I had put anywhere a shisha strawberry, and that trashed it. I mean, it ruined
oh yeah, probably because it's so thick and heavy, right?
It was just that strawberry did not go with all those oranges and peaches. It just did not. That was the wrong strawberry, and I didn't. I overused TFA strawberry regular, so I didn't want to use that this time. So
yeah,
I thought I was going to use anywhere a shisha, and no.
What
Don't
how
do that.
FA strawberry would be in this?
Which one?
FA, just the regular strawberry, the red
I
type.
thought about that too, but it's got such a green note that I didn't want to bring out any of the green. And I thought about that. I was like, oh, we'll just pretend that's the spinach. And then I was like, no, let's not do that.
Well, it does say hippy dippy, so
Could have had a little wheatgrass in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I guess I'll go next. I did similar to Jen. I did a smoothie. I don't drink alcohol in real life, so I'm not really fond about making like boozy type vapes. And what I did, I kind of half cheated. And the reason I say half cheated is because the premise of this idea I got from Nachev. And he's in chat, so he'll probably hear this. He made a mix called OCD, which is really good. In fact, I tested it for the dragon fruit noted, but it went so long we didn't get a chance to really go over the recipes and stuff. But he used Capella. He did the Indoor dragon fruit and Flavora smoothie base, but he also used another dragon fruit and then Capella juicy orange, and then one of flavors cherimoya. And what I wanted to do is the cherimoya was a little too funky for me, but I really like the idea of going like tropical, and I really liked it. So I used Flavor Guanabana, and then instead of juicy orange, which is a great flavor, but I wanted a little bit more of like a heavy kind of syrupy sweetness. So I went with Capella Sweet Tangerine instead. And then, of course, I did the Flavor smoothie base, and I really like it. So half of this, the credit goes to Nachev because he gave me the idea. And it's really good. You're gonna want to, if you're a sweetener kind of person, you're gonna want to add sweetener to this. I didn't write it in the recipe because it's kind of like salt to me, like to each their own. Add it if you want it. But it's pretty good without it. It tastes really good. It's just fruity, and you don't get any one thing kind of standing out. It's smooth.
You get any banana out of it?
No, I don't get banana out of it, but I do get like a creaminess, like a starchy sweetness, kind of, But like it's not reading banana. It is a shaken vape, but I think it gets a little bit better and a little bit smoother after about day 2 or day 3. It can be a little harsher or bitey.
How many ingredients is that now?
It's 4.
Wow. You went to 4.
I used 4 and you guys didn't say crap.
That's because she uses
Well,
4 all the time.
Yeah. She uses
So
4.
why?
I have to
I
give
love
a
that you
hard
came
time,
back
Emily.
to
That's the
throw me
most
under the
fun.
bus.
Emily's like, we're going down together, Rin. They're not taking me down by themselves.
That's
I don't know.
right.
Some people are good at like throwing 10 things in something and it doesn't turn into a mess. I find when I put more stuff in, it just usually gets worse.
Yeah,
Like
it just
bitter.
turns into a bubble mess for me. Like Jen is one of those people. She's just really good at layering her recipes. That both Jens actually. That there may be 15 ingredients in there, but like it doesn't turn into just a big muddled mess. You can actually pick out flavors, and
Well,
the accents actually
sometimes
accent it.
sometimes it's a muddled mess because another flavor I put in mind that was god awful in the mix. I thought I was gonna add some apples to it. So Mullenberry has an apple, and I forgot. I think it's Eve's
Eden's
Eden
apple.
apple. Holy shit, that was awful. Awful with the oranges. That was oh my god, awful. So I mean, sometimes these flavors are fairly new to me, so I haven't tasted them before. But sometimes not every 10 ingredient recipe comes out well at all.
Yes.
And then you have a lot of flavor waste.
Yeah, but you may obviously everyone's going to need versions to get to something good, but when I even try it, like I have a hard time mixing with a lot of ingredients, and for me I want all the flavors to show up. So for me, it's simpler is better. I used Innerwear dragon fruit instead of all the other ones because it has a really nice kind of depth to it and flavor. People always say like if you want an emulsifier, use TFA. If you want something to taste like dragon fruit, use Inawera. I mean, there are more accurate dragon fruits out there, but Inawera I really like the flavor of their dragon fruit.
I'm a bit partial to Capella's. Like Capella's dragon fruit, it's delicious.
Oh yeah, it is. Capella's dragon fruit is really good, and I've just been recently making that as well. But it's just a little bit too bright, like and candied for me. Like I wanted that depth that Inaware brings because sweet tangerine and smoothie base, they're lighter and they're brighter, and the guanabana and the dragon fruit kind of give it a balance and some depth, and it's really good.
Look at you. You made a tropical. I'm so proud of you. I think I'm going to make that myself.
I told you this is completely out of my wheelhouse, and I'm surprised I like it so much, but I do.
Yay. You guys might not be able to see me, but I promise you can hear me.
Guess I'm last.
Yeah, JJ, go.
All right. I went with a Sunday brunch drunk. It is Morning Mimosa from Flavora at 2.5%. And then I added 0.5% of the Brut bubble wine just to give it a little more of that champagne punch to it. Because Morning Mimosa to me is a little more orangey than it is alcohol-y.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added strawberry in it because I wanted it to be kind of a pink one. So it'd have fresh crushed strawberries, which my blend is always FA Red Touch and Juicy Strawberry together. That gives me the more fresh strawberry, like ripe strawberry taste. And a touch of apple cranberry from Flavora just to give it a little more depth. Just like 0.5%. You could add a little sweetener. You could add a little coolant to it. I didn't add either of those specifically. I put WS-23 in my own after I tested it because it was better with it cooler to me. But I vape menthol, so.
So wait a minute. How many ingredients is that?
Oh my God, are we gonna
5.
do this every time now?
I have 5.
I can't see the screen, so I can't count.
It's 5.
I always count. I'm OCD as hell, guys. Seriously, when I finish my recipes, I count the ingredients and I go, damn it, I fairyfied it. So
I went as simply as I could on the flavors. Like, I didn't add a whole lot of fluff to it. It's just strawberry, the orange mimosa, a little bit of champagne, and then the apple cranberry is just there to add a little depth to the 2 flavors.
I forgot all about that morning mimosa. That would have been good. This is what happens when you have so many freaking flavors. It's like you forget what you have. It's ridiculous.
I thought about that morning mimosa like instantly, and then somehow it just didn't make it in there because I already had 10 ingredients.
Yeah, I don't think it anymore.
It didn't fit. I count it because I don't want to hear shit.
This looks really good. Like the apple cranberry kind of threw me, but you know what?
It's just sweet. It's just like sweet redness. The apple doesn't really come through. The cranberry doesn't really come through, but it adds a little bit of a something to behind the strawberry. That's all it was there for.
I bet, yeah. And FA and juice together, I really like that. It makes a good sweet but natural strawberry that I think would go really well in this.
It just seems to be my go-to. I mean, I've got Capella's ripe strawberry. I've got the new sweet strawberry from TAPA. I don't really like either of those. I've got all the other strawberries, and I'm just ugh. And the only other one that I was contemplating was either Real Flavors strawberry or glazed strawberry from Vape Train, and this was too. I don't know. It's got too much of that caramel note in it that I don't like. And Real Flavors, well, BCF doesn't carry it, so.
Yeah.
That is a nice strawberry, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they do. I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, we could check.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Sounds good. I can't wait till after the show so I can watch it and see what are people in chat saying. We had a couple people that played along, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
I'm gonna have to screen share for that.
Okay. That's fine. I can screen share. So the first person who played along, his name is Samuel. Now he posted 3 different recipes. We're not going to show all 3, but what I am going to show is
Yeah, that's what I told him too. I told him that on the chat. I was like, we're not doing all 3 of them.
So the one that I picked is the more like basic one, I guess. Here, let me go ahead and share it right here. His screen name on ELR is I am Sam, excuse me. And it's still, for being basic, like there's still, I think this is a full recipe, you know, even though the other ones he shared just had a little bit different like variations too. So he did a champog, and he used 2% Flavor West natural blood orange, 2% TFA champagne, 1% TFA dragon fruit, 1% Capella Fizz Pop, 0.5% Flavora Moscato, 1.25% FA Passion Fruit, 3% Sweet Guava by Capella, and then 0.5% Flavor West sweetener. And his notes just say passion fruit, orange, and guava with a back note of white grape champagne. Very flavorful. I really like the Moscato Fizz Pop champagne combo.
That's pretty. And I really, really like the way it's built, this recipe. Even, you know, sometimes when I see recipes with, you know, when I'm looking at it, I see blood orange, natural, Flavor West, 2%, and then champagne right behind it, 2%. Then the dragon fruit, 1%. Put it back on the screen. I can't see it if you take it off.
Sorry.
I'm done.
We
don't
did also
even know
have
what
one from Copel too.
Yeah, we did. But anyhow, I saw him put those 2% and then the 1% right over it, and they were back to back. But when I think about the actual flavorings that he used, they are very contrasting. So I think that they would actually work really nicely together, even with those percentages being like very even numbers. You know what I mean? Or maybe that's just my OCD side wanting to do like 0.75 and then 1%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do I sound crazy saying that?
a little.
A little?
But I get it. I mean, yeah.
0.9 and 1%? It would look prettier. But would it taste better? Probably not.
Exactly. Yeah, I go by flavor, not how the numbers match up. Sometimes I'll try to do the 1, 2, 3s, and it just doesn't work. And you know what? Even though it kind of sucks that I have to go like a 3, 2, 2 or a 3, 1, 1. Yeah, I follow the flavor, right? You know, so
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm just being bitchy
Okay.
because you can't see me.
As JJ said, yeah, Koppel did play along with us. Yeah, he made a recipe called Grunch, which is a grapefruit brunch. He said it's a bright citrus beverage with a smidge of sparkle. Enjoy. Flavora, morning mimosa, lemonade, and passion fruit are essentially the cocktail base. You could layer almost anything on these and get a reasonable cocktail vibe, unless you go too candy or syrupy. Grapefruit is pretty straightforward, 3-part layer. I chose flavorless sweetener because A, it needed a smidge, and B, it's superior to Cap super sweet in every way possible. Well, couple, I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's okay. So he did 1.5% Flavora lemonade, 2.5% Flavora morning mosa, 2% Wonder Flavors passion fruit, 0.5% Flavora pink guava, 3.5% ruby red grapefruit, 0.5% Flavor West sweetener, and 0.25% Inawera white grapefruit. So another person who did grapefruit mimosa. It's really cool. Have
Well,
any?
it makes sense to do a grapefruit mimosa or orange mimosa because of the colors. The colors just are grapefruity. Actually, I thought about doing something with a melon, but then I was like, it's too orange for that.
Yeah. Have any of you tried the Flavor West ruby red grapefruit?
No. I haven't
Nope.
had it.
I don't have it. Have
I,
you?
I don't do a lot of grapefruit flavors, so I've never tried it. But
Probably would have been really good in mine. But no, I don't have it.
I usually go with the Capella one because it's candy-ish, and if I'm gonna go grapefruit, I don't want to go that deep into it. Nowadays, of course, I do what Rin did and cheat with the passion fruit. Pink guava, is it from Flavora?
yeah.
How is it cheating?
Okay, you're not cheating. I know, but you were using it as a grapefruit.
Yeah, because it's not really pink guava. It's just grapefruit.
Yeah.
The lychee's kind of grapefruit-like, too. It's like white grapefruit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So those are the two guys that played along. Thank you so much, Koppel and Sam. We appreciate it. Next week, though, just submit one that you want. I mean, I love your passion and your enthusiasm, but just submit one, okay?
I think he went crazy. He texted me a couple times. He should be in chat. He never gets to catch the show live because he usually works while the show is live.
Yeah.
And he told me that he was coming on live today to hear us, to watch us, and keep up with chat. Although I can't see him today, of course, the day that he joins chat.
Yeah.
He's excited.
So speaking of next week, I'm really excited. This looks right up my wheelhouse. It looks so delicious. It's like a blueberry cannoli type thing. or like a cheesecake, you know, in a pastry shell or something.
Or an egg roll.
Yeah, or a blueberry cheesecake egg roll or something. So
Well, we know that bakeries aren't my thing, but I mean, I'll try.
you're pretty good at them for them not being your thing. You're
I
pretty.
can't taste them. I'm mixed. I can't taste them like everybody else. So I mix by what other people have told me they tasted at the percentages that they tell me that it tastes right to them. So I'm mixing out of knowledge and not out of what I like.
Yeah, you're mixing flavor blind. I do the same thing with cream. I can't taste cream.
Yeah, I'm definitely mixing flavor blind, and I'm going off of notes and what people tell when I give people my mixes to test, and I'm like, so does this taste like enough of this? And they're like, oh, it tastes delicious. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks.
Just using people.
I mean, team free shit gets used, okay? They get enough free shit.
That's right. They have to pay you back by being your dummies and testing stuff.
All they got to do is tell me what they think, and they can take the fucking bottle with them.
That's right. Penny for your thoughts. Add some juice for your thoughts. So awesome. Well, this was a great show. I had a lot of fun. It was
nice to have you back.
I was so glad to be back. I mean, I really enjoyed vacation, but you know, as much as I love like leaving the house and going on vacation and visiting family, it's just nice to come home and get back to your old routine and
Your own bed.
Your own bed, yeah. So I have this weird thing that I always, whenever Megan and I would go somewhere, before we went, I would make the bed. I would change the bed. That was completely like made and clean sheets and everything. Well, this time I went without. I just went by myself, and she was so sweet. She changed the bed for me before I got there, so I was clean bed when I came home.
Oh,
yeah, it was nice.
You guys are so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you appreciated it and noticed it, because some people just don't.
Yeah, I try to say something and note it, or whenever she does little things, I try to show my appreciation because I know that can go away really easily, especially once you get married and you live with someone for a long time. Like the little things definitely start to dwindle. So
yeah, let me tell you, I went ham on my husband, and all he did was fill up my car. I was like, oh my God, you're the best. Oh, I love you. You know why? Maybe he'll do it again next week.
Positive reinforcement. They're like puppies.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's thank our sponsors and get on out of here. So E-Cig Express and Bull City Flavors, so much. And thank you very much for Flavora and Scott over all the flavors for hooking us up with her so we can have our account. And it's really nice to be able to have all our recipes on the same account so everyone can see them. And as always, Wayne, thank you so much for having us on your network of podcasts. We really appreciate it. And of course, the viewers, thank you guys so much for watching us. We really, we do it for you guys. So, I mean, we might hang out anyway and talk flavors without you, but you keep us going, So thank you so much. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Got our laptops at East Stack. Coupon code Mixin Vixens. Or no, we don't have. Do we have a coupon code? I don't think we have one. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. Buy the one shot anyhow because you love us.
Bye, guys.